Alright, so today I'm going to be doing a presentation on Alexander von Humboldt, and this presentation is being done by Rachel Burnell. A brief bio about Humboldt. He was born in 1769 in Berlin. He was educated from an early age in economics and political history. His mother was shaping him for a high political office, but he wasn't a very good student. He was kind of sickly, and he really just wanted to travel, which led to him debating going into the military, which he didn't do. After fruitless studies in economics at the University of Frankfurt, he then matriculated to a university in Berlin to study engineering, where he developed a passion for botany. While in Berlin, he also developed a passion for minerals, which led him to going to a school of the mines in Freiburg, and he was eventually sent to the Fischl Mountains to oversee a mine. He got fed up with that, and he then commissioned a trip to South America through the King of Spain, who was in charge of all the lands, or most of the lands in Spain in South America at that time. And here's a map of where he went. He left from Spain, made a few pit stops, ended up in the northern part of South America, where he made a lot of journeys and everything, and then eventually made it up to North America, and then eventually back to France. On his trip in South America, him and his team collected many specimens. They also studied a lot of other things like electricity and such. He ended up discovering the Electrophorus electricus, or the electric eel. Also, him and his crew extensively mapped out the northern part of South America, and they would also routinely climb mountains to set altitude records. So one of the other discoveries he made was the Humboldt Current, which is a cold water current off the western coast of South America, which makes places like Peru and Chile and all of that kind of dry, kind of putting it into a Mediterranean climate. Some of the things that were happening in Europe in the 17 through 1800s, Napoleon had taken over France and some of the surrounding areas. The French Revolution also happened, and the British Industrial Revolution happened, which meant that they were in higher demand for things like lumber and coal and other natural resources. Why is this important? Humboldt ended up writing a book called The Cosmos, where he, in it, was one of the first to view Earth as an organism. He was also one of the first to view the forest as an ecosystem and point out the different similarities and how everything else kind of depended on each other to keep going. He was also the first to warn against mass irrigation, cash crops, and lumber harvesting, which was happening a lot because of the Industrial Revolution. One of the things that he warned against mass irrigation was that it was going to make one of the areas a lot drier than one of the other areas. He was also kind of the first to point out global climate change and all of that. So that is why he is important.